Why weren't you working? I'm serious as a heart attack. This is, you're 23 or 4 now. I mean, you can go through life not working if you want. A lot of people do it. They seem to be able to eat. I don't know how. I really don't, but why didn't you have a license?
Yeah, they're suspended, I believe. But
Your license was suspended as a result of the 2020 conviction. You have a valid license. I know you got you got suspended after the reckless, but the reckless you took a plea on back on 846. Brittany Ashley. Come on.
Well,
Could I also have Christina Ortiz seated at the table here, up here on my right, your left, and Ginger Green? Your name, ma'am? Nice and loud for me. You're going to plead to impeding traffic. They're going to dismiss the speeding, true? To that charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible? Responsible or not responsible? I'm sorry? You're not responsible to impeding? That's all right. I just want to make sure you understand. Do you understand? Impeding traffic is a 0-point violation. It won't get reported to the Secretary of State. Is that what you want to do? To the charge of impeding traffic, how do you plead? Responsible or not responsible? I'll accept the plea, dismiss the speed, first offense, fines cost $150, and would alcohol and take care of that. And you're all set. Good luck. Christina Ortiz, 26T647-867. Your name?
Christine Ortiz?
You're going to plead to impeding, right?
Yes, sir.
To that charge, and then with the speeding to be dismissed, correct?
Yes, sir.
To that charge, responsible or not responsible? I'll accept your plea. You got one little prior here. 160 is your total. Speed's dismissed. Right down the end of the hall to the cashier. Hope you had a nice time on your cruise,
Oh,
because I know that was. Good luck. Ginger Green, 26T647-982. Your name, ma'am?
Ginger Green?
All right, so you are going to plead responsible to impeding, right? You're gonna be careful. There's 2 tickets in a couple months, right? Or you didn't get a ticket, but they found you at fault in the accident, true?
Yes. Well, it was icy roads and I pressed the brake and I slid into the back of my butt.
The charge impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Please accepted. 160, cashier into the hall to your right, and you're all set.
Thank you.
Speed's dismissed. Good luck. Malat. People against Bradley, Jacob Malat, 25W838-481. Your name?
Brandon Mama.
All right, Mr. Malat, you are charged with a violation of probation. You have multiple counts here. I'm going to go ahead and arraign you, and I'll give you an attorney if you would like one. It is alleged that you did fail to attend. First of all, let me indicate for the record, I sentenced you back on June 25th of this past year, 25. And the charge was retail fraud. I took it under section 771.1, meaning that the conviction was entered, but you would have the opportunity to keep it off your record if you were compliant. It is alleged that you did violate probation in several aspects. Count 1, that you failed to attend the scheduled probation visit on March 20 of 26. That's count 1. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Count 2, that you failed to attend the court work program on January 24 of 26. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Count 3, that you failed to attend the positive strategies program with 4-week follow-up. Do you understand the charge?
Yes.
Count 4, that you failed to pay your fines and costs as ordered, as you were supposed to in the timetable that I gave you. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
You plead guilty. If you're found guilty, you have 2 prior technical violations. Your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 90 days, and you could have your 771 status revoked, meaning the conviction could enter. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign, read, and understand this advice of rights form?
I did.
If you plead guilty at any time, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing. Do you understand that?
Understood.
You have the right to an attorney. If you would like one, I will give you one.
Speak one.
I'll enter a not guilty plea for you. I'll give you a lawyer. You can go down the hall. actually just go out and sit in the hall. We will take the file out, we will give it to a lawyer, and then you'll come back in front of me, any questions.
No.
Okay, good luck. People against, Gerber S. Gill, 26B150474. Your name, sir? You are going to plead responsible to impeding traffic, true? Logan Scott Davis, 25W839-209A. Your name?
Logan Davis, Chairman.
All right, so what happened is I set a sentencing date. You know what Jessica's number is, Sadie? Hang on, I can see here. I keep forgetting.
218, Judge.
Can you call Sadie, Jessica, and ask her to come in for me, Heather, please?
Yes.
All right, so you have no technical violations, just to recap, Mr. Davis. I sent you on November 12th, so it's only been about a little less than 5 months, about 5 months, I suppose. You have on here a variety of different violations. You were in front of me on March the 17th. You pled guilty to failure to pay your fines and costs as ordered, failure to provide proof of completing 24 hours of community service, failing to provide proof of attending AANA twice weekly, and failing to provide proof of attending and completing outpatient treatment. Those are the charges. You pled guilty. Today is the date scheduled for sentence. Wow, you're like bewitched or something. Well, how did you get here already?
Heather called me.
All right, and today is the date scheduled for sentence. You have the right to a lawyer. Either way, I'm going to appoint you one if you want. Would you like a lawyer? Okay, so you're going to waive your right to a lawyer?
Yes.
Ms. O'Donnell, you're,
What's going on?
so this young man, I told him he better complete his community service, be in treatment, and attend what did I say? Again? Did I say again? Looks like I wrote the word again.
Yeah, you wanted him back attending AA at least twice a week.
When did he stop going to AA twice?
That's why you wanted him to now provide.
Provided proof now?
I'm hoping he has it in his hand right here.
What are you doing, Mr. Davis?
All right, perfect. So this is proof of AA. Is this supposed to be proof of community service? So this is for community service proof. It's not on letterhead.
You gotta get it on letterhead. Who told you to do that? Where'd you do it at?
Jackson Interfaith Community Shelter.
That's it. There is a name and a contact number.
Let me see
You
it.
can always call.
Let me see it. Mr. Davis, why? Why?
That they didn't have I asked.
They don't have any letterhead over there?
No, I got it. So that's what they told me. They just said bring in a sheet of paper.
You know this Terry Branham?
They used the guy that's at the front.
Did you know him before you started there?
No.
Why aren't you taking this seriously?
I am trying my best.
Have you gotten an outpatient treatment?
Yes, Your Honor. I've emailed, through, I'm sorry, I didn't send that over to Jessica. Probably should have, but
Where?
it's in Ewan County. I think it's Ewan County, Community Health, I believe.
Can I see the screening? I remember you. This was a bad reckless driving, wasn't it?
There wasn't an accident in this case, Your Honor.
Was or wasn't?
There was not an accident on this case.
Oh, somehow this got reduced, huh? Oh, it was a low breathalyzer. Did you start on your GED?
I have not yet, Your Honor.
Why not?
Uh,
You're not taking me very seriously.
I'm trying to take,
This is 5 months ago I told you to do this.
I understand.
You know, we don't have forever for you to be placed on probation. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Your lawyer did a good job on this and he convinced the prosecutor. I think he filed a motion. I don't remember what happened here, but to say you got lucky is an understatement.
I apologize.
Don't apologize. I'm not going to jail if I send you today. You don't have to apologize to me. It's your life. If you want to do this to yourself, I mean, I don't get it. You're laid off.
I'm currently in procurement.
Where?
I work at, Scare Force Spa.
How long were you laid off?
I was laid off for a period of, I believe, about 6 months.
So what were you doing then? Were you collecting unemployment?
I attempted to, but
Why weren't you working? I'm serious as a heart attack. You're 23 or 4 now. I mean, you can go through life not working if you want. A lot of people do it. They seem to be able to eat. I don't know how. I really don't, but I,
I just didn't have a license around it, and that it just snowballed and,
why didn't you have a license?
yeah, they're suspended, I believe. But,
Your license was suspended as a result of the 2020 conviction. You have a valid license. I know you got suspended after the reckless, but the reckless, you took a plea on back on October 29th.
yes. I got laid off in about August. So it was about a period of a month. I thought I was going to do it, but I just didn't want to do it. There's no word for me.
Can you give me some good news on him?
He's showing up for testing. This testing's negative.
Did he do any AA after the offense date before I ordered him to or told him he was going to have to after I took the plea on the probation violation on March 17th? So do we have any evidence he did any AA or NA between November and March 17th?
I don't have any proof on me unless we have it and didn't submit it to me. I don't.
Did
have
you
any
go?
proof.
I don't have proof that I did go around.
You did go,
I
but you
did.
didn't have it, you didn't have it signed, right?
I have the paper. I lost track of the paper. That's
Lost track of the paper.
yeah, the original. I was going originally.
When did you lose the paper?
Leave about November-ish.
November-ish. Well, if you lost the paper in November-ish, why didn't you go between November and March?
Didn't have a way to make it to I didn't.
It's getting worse. I'm shocked that you didn't take me seriously. I must have done a poor job. Can you hand this back to him, please? Or back to Jessica? You had a prior impaired. Now this is a reckless driving. This is not good. It isn't only the fact that you had several violations, the 4 violations here. It's that you just didn't take this seriously at all.
You know, I applied with everything after I was going to get a license and I going again.
I can't solve your problems for you.
I understand.
You got yourself into this predicament. You don't get to blow off court orders. I don't care if you have to take a bicycle there. I don't care if you have to walk there. I'm sorry. It isn't that you missed a few AA. You just, as far as I'm concerned, never went. And if you did somehow go, and if somehow I didn't believe you, which I don't, you should have started in November again. And now you're telling me you went and you lost your paper, but you didn't have a ride to go after November, which tells me you didn't go before November, after the sentencing, and after I ordered the bond conditions in September. I'll tell you what, we're not going to get along very well, you and me.
I apologize.
Don't apologize to me. You don't have to apologize to me. I just don't like the total lack of compliance here. And that's what we have. You didn't get an outpatient, you didn't do your AA, you didn't do anything. Now you do your community service.
I've done all of that now.
I know you have. I saw it. If that's valid, I want you to confirm that. What do you think?
Again, I think he's, putting things off. He gave me a call, I believe, last week, maybe the week prior, for the number to call to get treatment. Again, that was something he should have done a lot sooner than that. Again, it was something I told him right after this hearing, he should have done within the next couple of days after that. So that does concern me that he's putting these things off.
You've ended up with a revoked license. Had your lawyer not been able to negotiate this for you? I don't remember how. It was a low breathalyzer, I'll give you that. But this is just not appropriate. I'm sorry, I don't usually do this. You're going to jail today for 6 days. You're gonna pay costs of $125. You're going to grow up right now, or you and I are not gonna get along, okay? You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. I'll let you set up terms of payment. I don't care if you do it there, wherever you do it. Probation is set up terms of payment. He's behind, work with them. If you don't have the money, like I told you, you call the court. Did I not tell you that? Hang on. Did I not tell you if you didn't have the money on a due date to call the court, you'd go on Zoom, I'd give you an extension?
Yes, sir.
And I told you I didn't care how many times we had to do that, right?
Yes, sir.
You're very immature, folks. You got to get them on the right bandwagon. I'm glad and appreciative of the fact that you came here. He's underachieving. He knows that I know it. You need to go get a high school diploma or a GED. You need to maintain employment. You need to complete your treatment, and you need to do everything else that I told you in a timely fashion. This is not do it as you feel like it. I wish you well. I'm sorry you made me do this. Good luck. Have a seat over there in the jury box. Ryan Marie Erdman, 26B150373. Good morning. Your name? All right, it says no injuries, vehicle's drivable. I'm not sure that meets the standard. How old are you?
19.
Gotta be careful, okay? All right, you're gonna plead to impeding? Right? Yes?
Yes.
All right, you gotta be careful to the charge impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible. Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
I'll accept your plea. Please be careful. 195, you'd be having problems with your license if we didn't do this today. All right, so go down the hall, pay that, and you're all set. I wish you well. Good luck.
Thank you.
Augustus Contreras Hernandez, 26W841323. Where's Mr. Hernandez at? Is
He was
Augusto-
on, oh, wait, he's back in the waiting room. I said, let me bring him in, Judge. He's on Zoom.
Good morning, Lieutenant.
Morning, Your Honor.
Your name, sir?
Mine?
Yeah, you.
Oh, Augusto?
You got to tell me your whole name.
Oh, Augusto Contreras Hernandez.
You want an informal hearing?
Informal? What do you mean?
Well, they wrote down no agreement can be reached. Did they offer you anything?
I talked to the other guy and I explained it. I get this ticket on March 2nd on Woodhaven, but the thing is I move out to San Antonio, Texas on February 27th. And I was like wonder how is that even possible? I get a ticket when I really leave
Moved to Texas on February 27th?
Yes. You on
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me, does it?
Yeah,
Well,
that's what
okay,
I
so I'm
tried
gonna
to
set
explain.
it, listen, I don't want you to have any fine or anything if you didn't do this. I'm gonna set it for the informal hearing. You can appear by Zoom. Do we have his new address, anywhere, Heather?
The address that I have is East Converse Street in San Antonio, Texas.
Is that where you live, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so I want
37.
you to write this down. We're gonna send you a notice, but I want you to make sure you write this down, okay? That's,
Okay.
why don't you
Uh,
give me a date if you would, Heather?
We can do April 28th at,
April 20.
how about 10:15?
At 10:15, Mr. Hernandez, April 28th at 10:15.
1 second. 28.
April 28th. So it's 2 weeks from today at 10:15. Okay?
It's gonna be 10:50 with you guys, like Michigan hour.
Correct. Yeah,
All
we're
right.
not gonna convert it to Texas time, but
Okay, no, that's fine.
yes. 10:15, no problem. I'm just fooling around. We'll see you back here then. You can appear by Zoom. Make sure his notice says that, will you please, Heather?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Good luck to you. I'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you in a couple with you, Honor. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
I think we're good, Randy. How you doing? Right? You want to get introduced?
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it a lot. Have a
Have a
great
good
one.
day. Robin Bearden.
Yeah.
Robin Ray Bearden, 260-647-990. Good luck, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Good morning, ma'am. Your name? You sent us a letter. Oh, you were going to admit responsibility. All right. Well, they gave you impeding. You don't want to admit responsibility to speeding now, do you? To the charge of impeding, responsible or not responsible? Okay, I'll accept your plea. I'm sorry about your grandmother. I'm sorry. Okay, I really am. Good luck. 150, okay? Have a good day. Thank you. All right, people against Kaylin Elizabeth Barrich, 260-648-140. Good morning. Your name?
Good morning, Kaylin Elizabeth Parrish.
How you doing today? Good?
Doing pretty good.
So Heather, did she go into default or? Yes, she did. She didn't, or did you pay it first? What happened?
I paid it because I hadn't gotten the notice yet and I just didn't want to get in trouble for not.
All right, so we're gonna, did she file a request to withdraw admission?
I do not know yet.
I see that
I
she's,
don't see one, Judge. I see that she paid it, but then we turned around and scheduled it.
yeah,
So
that's
it
fine. I
looks like
just
they
need
may
to
have
make
dropped.
sure, this conviction is set aside, okay? Because it's on our
Okay.
record and we don't want that. So, now you met with the department rep, you're going to plead to impeding traffic, correct?
Yes, sir.
To that charge, responsible and not responsible.
Responsible.
150 is your total. You can apply the bond, you go down and pay another $15 and you're all set. We'll remove that conviction, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You too, thank you. Courtney Nash. Courtney Isabel Nash, 260-647-879. Good morning, your name?
Courtney Isabel.
You're gonna plead to impeding traffic, correct?
Yes.
To that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Please accept it. You got a clean record. 150 is your total. Just be careful, okay? Cashier end of the hall to your right. Good luck. Officer Herb Eden, good morning. Stephen Marquise Price. 26F245915. Morning, Mr. Price.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you?
Good.
All right, so you're gonna plead to impeding, right?
Yes, I'm completely responsible.
All right. To the charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, I'm gonna accept the plea. 155, cashier end of the hall to your right, and you're all set. Have a good day. Thank you. You know what? I'm gonna make it 150. That drunk driving was a long time ago. 150 on that one, Heather. Okay?
Okay.
Custody, 6 days. Scott Joseph Duty, 26F245902. Your name?
Scott,
You want to plead to 1 to 5 over, correct?
please. Yes.
We got you going 45 and a 25. Your record is nothing to be desired here. Why are you driving so fast?
Well, I had to go to the restroom.
You've got, this is your 7th ticket since 2019.
Well, I didn't have to go all them times. It was just. It just had rules fast.
You gotta slow down. You live in Monroe? You're
Yes.
driving through Flat.
That's-
I'm gonna do this for you, but you gotta slow down. You're gonna make the insurance industry happy.
I've been doing doing degrees a lot more lately too, so I think that's what.
You gotta slow down. To be charged 1 to 5 over, that's 1 point. Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
195, you got too many tickets.
Thank
You're not gonna get a break at all from me next time if you don't slow down. I'm promising you that. Good luck. You gotta slow down.
you.
Jolie Robinson, 26W842002. All right. Good morning. So you got a handicap, your name? Your name?
Jolie Angela.
So you got a handicap, but you didn't put it on, right?
Yes.
Okay, you gotta make sure you do that. These bug me when people parking handicap and they're not handicapped. I get the fact that you have a valid one, but please, make sure that's displayed, okay? Case dismissed, their motion. Good luck. Mia Marie Baumia, 26W841779. All right, good morning. Your name?
Yeah, we're about you.
All right, Ms. Baumia, so you're going to plead to impeding traffic, right? What are you doing with your life these days? Where? Good. What do you study? Good. What do you want to do? Great. It's pretty heady stuff. To the charge impeding, responsible or not responsible? Please accept that original charge of limited access is dismissed. 150. You can go right down to the cashier and you're all set. Have a good day. Dylan Yamati. Dylan Joseph Yamati, 26T647692. Your name? What are you doing with your life?
High school.
Yeah, where'd he go? Woodhaven?
Parks.
Carl's. Okay. All right, good. What year?
See,
What are you gonna do next year?
hopefully going to trades.
Good. So you're gonna plead to impeding? To that charge, responsible or not responsible? All right, I'll accept your plea. Just be careful out there, okay? 150 is your total. You're all set. Morning. Landon Anthony Leone, 260-647-193. Mr. Leone, your name. What are you doing?
I'm in high school right now.
Trenton?
Yeah,
What are you studying? I mean, what are you gonna do? Are you a senior or junior?
I'm a senior.
What are you gonna do next year?
I'm about to play hockey next year somewhere, hopefully.
Okay.
Eventually go with college.
Good. We'll be rooting for you. You're gonna plead to impeding?
Yes, man.
I love all these kids. I get more of these notes on vacation. Spring break, right?
Yeah.
You behaved yourself, right?
Yeah.
You stayed out of trouble, right? The charge impeding, responsible or not responsible?
It's fine.
Please accept it. Good luck to you, young man.
Thank you.
Original charge to Smith, 150. Katie Dunn. You're all set. Have a good day. Katie Elizabeth Dunn, 260-648-003. All right, ma'am, you can come up here. Tell me your name. How are you? Your name? That's a good Irish name. To the charge impeding, responsible or not responsible? I'll accept the plea. 160 is your total. You got one on there. You're all set. Cash, you run to the hall to your right. Good luck. Donovan Giovanni Foster.
Oh,
Porter. I'm sorry, Donovan Giovanni Porter, 26B150645. Sir, your name? John, did you look at that, notice?
I'm the Giovanni Porter.
What's going on with you, Mr. Porter?
Was hoping to plead to impeding traffic as well as the payment plan, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, no problem. What are you doing with your life?
I am currently a server over at Bob Evans, but I just got into the union, so.
Good, good. To the charge impeding, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna accept your plea. Just check something here. 150 is your total. When can you pay this?
I could pay next week.
I'll just give you 2 weeks from today. Is that enough?
That is more than enough.
April 28th, okay? If you need more time, call the court. We'll go on Zoom. I'll give you an extension, okay?
Thank you.
John, wherever Brownstown is. I need Brownstown in here and I need Lieutenant Toller in here. Mr. Gill? No, stay there. I'm gonna just give Brownstown rep your, I neglected to do that. We've been running around here. So have a seat and I'll be right with you. I'm gonna tell him what to do. And I need Lieutenant Toller. Alexander Vasquez. 26W842032. You guys, you can come up this way. Right through there. There you go. Do I have Lieutenant Toller coming in? Lieutenant, your name?
Lieutenant David, what agency place?
Mr. Vasquez, your name?
Alexander Vasquez.
Who was complaining of pain? The other driver?
The other driver did not get transported, but there was they were seen by the ambulance.
Yeah, I just can't do it. I'm sorry. If the other driver's hurt or anybody in the other car, I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I'll be glad to take something else from them. If you want to reduce it to a 1-pointer, I'll be glad to do that. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
On Gill, so you can go talk to him again, okay?
Okay.
Officer on Gill, I'm counting those when they've got hazardous action numbers, so he does not qualify. If you want to give him a 1 or 2-pointer, that's up to you, okay? Thank you. Charlotte Isabel Kirchen. 26F245881. Your name? Are you all right?
And also mental health. So
If you want to sit down there, I'll get you out of here real quick, but if you want to,
I just want
pardon?
to talk. I'm fine.
All right, you're going to plead the expired plate, right? To that charge, responsible or not responsible? Do you have valid registration now? Why'd you wait so long? This was written in March and your plate expired in November.
Because money is pretty tight.
I'm gonna make it 105. Did you show the officer your valid registration?
I showed whether it's going to room.
Yeah, that's him. I'll make it 105. Can you pay this by, say, May the 10th? May the 10th. And if you don't have the money, Mom, she's gonna call the court. She and I are gonna go on Zoom on or before any due date. Or she can come in here on or before the due date, 8:30, and ask for an extension. I'll be glad to do that anytime for you. I don't care how many times we have to do that, okay? You understand what? Pardon?
Today, Your Honor.
Oh, it said she was requesting time to pay. Okay, all right. You don't have to if you don't want. All right, so you can go down the hall and take care of that, and you're all set, okay? Good luck to you, young lady. Diego Aguirre. 26B150616 A and B. Your name? You're gonna plead the seatbelt? Was there an accident here?
There was no accident.
And you're going to plead to impeding on file A, where the failure to yield will be dismissed. And then you're going to plead the seatbelt.
Yes,
To the charge impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible as to count 1. Responsible?
Responsible.
As to count two to seatbelt violation, responsible or not responsible? All right. I'll accept those, please. Why weren't you wearing a seatbelt? That almost bothers me more than,
I just forgot, but ever
you
since.
can't forget that. That's important, honestly. I mean, I've seen enough, read enough. You gotta have your seatbelt on. That, nobody else uses turn signals anymore. You know that?
Yeah.
I don't get it. They should just take them off the car. They shouldn't even have them on there. $65 on the seatbelt, $150 on the impeding. You have all that to pay, $215?
Not today, only.
How much do you have today?
Okay.
All right, you pay the seatbelt now, that's 65. I'll have you pay 85 now on the failure to yield. And how much time do you need? Can you pay the rest by April 28th? 2 weeks from today.
Yes.
You'll only owe 65 after you make those payments today.
Okay.
Can you do that? If you need more time, come talk to me, okay? All right, good luck to you. I wish you well.
And for the points.
There's no points. You got no points on any of this, okay? Seat belts.
I want it every day.
Yeah, you gotta wear the seat belts. That is gonna go on your record, the seat belt though, okay?
Okay.
All right. Jeffrey Roberts, 2678-419-67. Your name, sir?
Jeffrey Roberts?
All right, so you're gonna plead to impeding traffic. It says minor damage, no injuries, right?
Yes.
So that charge of impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible? Jeez. Sorry about that. Hang on one second. All right, I'm gonna accept your plea. I'm gonna dismiss the failure to stop. 195, you can go right down the end of the hall and pay that, okay?
All right, thank you.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Let's go on. Is this one yours, Counsel, Mr. Malat, Bradley Jacob Malat? 25-838-481, and I'm gonna need Bethany here.
Jeff, she is not with me until I said 9:30 or 10.
Well, let's take the plea and we'll go from there.
Okay, so that said she could stand in.
Yeah, call in Jessica then. Sir, your name?
Frank Lyle.
Counsel?
There would have been behalf of Brendan Law.
All right, so what is he going to do on this? I entered a not guilty plea. He indicated he wanted a lawyer. And you've been appointed. How's he going to proceed?
It's for by the state bill.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes.
If you plead guilty to these violations, that would give you 6. Your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 90 days. Do you understand that? And did you sign, read, and understand in the Bill of Rights form? If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and there will not be a trial of any kind. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any questions before we go on? No?
No.
Is the count one that you failed to report to probation on March 20th, 26? How do you plead?
Yep.
You failed to report to probation on that day?
Yes.
Count 2 that you failed to attend the court work program
Yes.
on January 24, 26. How do you plead?
Yep.
Count 3, failure to attend the positive strategies program with 4-week follow-up. How do you plead? Count 4, that you failed to pay your fines and costs as ordered. Balance owing as of the time of the show cause, $100. How do you plead? Did you fail to pay your fines and costs as ordered? Yes? Did you fail to attend your scheduled probation visit on March 20th, 26?
Yeah.
Did you fail to attend the court work program on January 24th, 26?
Yeah.
Did you fail to attend the positive strategies with a 4-week follow-up?
Yes.
And you failed to pay your fines and costs as ordered also, correct?
Yes.
Anybody forced you to plead guilty? All right, accept your pleas. And you understand your 771 status could be revoked and the conviction remain on your record, correct? Ms. Wilds, your name?
The question,
All right, what do you want to say, Mr. Haynes? What's the problem here?
Judge, we had, represented Ms. Maryland on prior violation, which I think mostly his failure to pay the fines and costs. He paid on the original fines and costs in full, but one of the things he got was, I think $135 fine for the violation that day. He paid 35 that day. Somehow didn't realize that, the other 100 was still due owing. He paid that the day after the original positive came out, so he's all paid off now. Positive strategies, he enrolled in the initial intake to the 4-hour intake class and then was scheduled for Mondays thereafter. Now, when we were here before in December, he was unemployed. He's since gotten a job with Kroger in January, and he's got a 150-day probationary period. It was accepted full-time in the union. He's got to work on the same days that the positive strategies program was offered. So
When did he get the job with Kroger's?
January.
So I told him to do that back in June. You said October?
January. he got the
January.
job.
So he had 6 months, and honestly, since then, since I sentenced him back, okay.
When we were here before on the
December.
violation, he wasn't working at all.
And why didn't he do it then? Why didn't you do it then?
Again, I lost my job shortly after the original conviction date. And
So you weren't working from June until December, and you didn't do any of this stuff. You didn't do your positive strategies program. And then why did you miss your court work program day?
I'm accepting the fact that I missed it. It's.
How old are you?
34.
Did you graduate? Can I see the screening?
I don't believe you ordered one here.
Both my parents are disabled. I've been kind of their sole caregiver from time to time.
Do you have anything to say?
I don't know what I can add, Your Honor. He sent me a lengthy response, when he had missed the court work program, saying it was cold outside, he had other personal matters going on.
Cold outside. How cold was it that day? Do you know?
-15.
Did we have the court work program?
We sure did. We worked inside.
That wasn't my main reason for not going.
What was your main reason?
So the issue I have is no communication after that. It wasn't until I show cause him before he kind of started to take care of the stuff. It's a violation of place. I think the bigger concern, and I don't have his exact sentencing date, is it would be up to Kristen at PERS if he has to resume the intake portion of the positive strategies program. It'll take him 4 weeks. That next program doesn't even start till May 7th. So I think he's gonna be out of his year under the 771 and not be able to complete that program in time.
He had this conviction. You're ready to go.
Positive, there's 4 weeks left in positive strategies, or they once a week, once he starts.
Well, how's he gonna magically be able to go now is the question. He couldn't go before because he was working. You're still working, right? What's changed? How are you gonna be able to do the positive strategies program now?
It's I talk to work. That's really one thing I could do.
What day is that?
Follow-ups are typically Mondays, as they mentioned, they're
What
one,
time?
but again, I am not
What
sure.
time?
They're usually in the evening, like 6 to 7 PM, sometimes 5 to 6. I'd have to check specifically. She just opened up the May 7th.
What days are you working?
Sunday through Friday,
What hours?
8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday through Friday. That's 6 days.
I also have
That's 72 hours.
a large amount of child support too.
We all have child support, right?
I understand that, but that's
I
part of it.
mean, that doesn't get anywhere with me. I've never had to pay child support, but I did in essence. I had 3 kids. I mean, they're adults now, but child support just means you're paying what you should have paid, whether you were still married or not married or whatever the case may be. You fathered the kids. I don't know what to do with them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you can complete it. How are you gonna complete the program? Go find out what the hours are for me, will you please? I mean, if they're only gonna have these during the day, if they're gonna do them at night, that's one thing.
It's in the evening.
Okay,
Yeah, it's 100% in the evening.
let's make sure. I don't wanna guess. Let's make sure. Go check on the hours. You can have a seat. I'll be right back with you, okay? Do you have any others in here, Mr. Right. Okay, thanks. Stephen Gerard Genty, 260-648-111. Boy, you're running on fumes here. Your name?
Stephen Jared Genter.
I mean, I'm just telling you, correct me if I'm wrong. You had a March 25th improper lane use, and then you also had, well, I guess that was the accident. Okay, fair enough. And then you got one on March 9th of this year, and then this one 10 days later, right? Be careful. You're gonna plead to impeding?
I am.
For that charge, responsible or not responsible?
Well,
All right. 170 is your total. The amber light's dismissed. Be careful, please. Insurance companies will be sending you fruit baskets. Good luck. Alexander Vasquez. 267-842-2032. I don't mean to get heavy. Jeez. Gotta be careful, son. Was anybody in your name again?
Alexander Vasquez.
Was anybody in the car with you? Were you not paying attention?
I was going, I hesitated at a yellow, and as I was going through, it turned red. And,
How long you been driving?
2 years now, I think. Yeah, 2 years.
Have a seat. Let me think about this, okay? Kimberly McDonald. Kimberly McDonald, 260-149-827. Your name, ma'am?
Yeah, Kimberly McDonald.
You're going to plead to expired plate, right?
Yes,
To that charge, responsible or not responsible?
responsible.
Do you have a valid plate now?
Yes, I do.
That plate expired for 4 months. Why hadn't you renewed it?
I honestly did not see the thing from the mail. I don't have an excuse.
Did you show it to the registration to the department rep?
Did I?
Let me see your registration. Your valid registration that you've since acquired.
It's in my car, sir, so I keep it. My registration is in my car.
But you have it out there.
Yes, I can go get it if you'd like. I do have it.
No,
There's a paper statement, I renewed my license.
I'll take you at your word. 105 is your total. Go down to the cashier and you're all set. Be careful with that.
Thank you, sir.
Next time Toller comes in, I want to call Vasquez again. Mariah Wright, 267-842-2042. Good morning, Ms. Wright. Your name?
Good morning, Mariah, right?
All right, so you are going to plead to impeding traffic, right?
Yes.
All right, this is a 3-pointer reduced to a 0-pointer, so be careful, okay? Charge impeding traffic, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
First offense, 150 is your total. You can go down the hall and take care of that, and you're all set. Best of luck.
Excuse me, I had one question.
Sure.
May I have some time to?
Yeah, how much time do you need?
Around the 23rd this month?
How about the 28th? Is that okay?
Yes.
I'll give till the 28th. If something happens and you need more time, call the court or come in here on or before the due date at 8:30. I'll be glad to give you an extension. No reason to be scared or anything, okay?
Okay, thank you. John.
Best of luck. Gerber Gill, 260-150-4761. You gotta be careful, Mr. Gill. I can't give you the impeding. I'll do the 1 to 5 over. Your name? All right. Gotta slow down, son. Be careful. The charge 1 to 5 over, which is 1 point. Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Please accept it. Original charge dismissed. 170 is your total. You're all set. Good luck. People against Sonia Curtis. What does this mean? Calling officer here at the evening. You know why they're dismissing this? I
I
hate,
was parked at my house and so much going on, my son is disabled and just forgot to put the tag in.
okay, all right, okay. So you got a handicap permit
Yes,
and you parked in a handicap zone,
yes,
but
it's a sign.
you have the placard there? Good enough, good enough. You gotta make sure you get that up there though, okay?
Yeah, it's so much, I have him and.
I understand. You gotta be careful with that though, okay?
Yes.
I'll dismiss this motion to plaintiff. You're all set. Have a good day. Good luck. People against Forbes. Lawrence Michael Forbes Jr., 26F 703-705. Are they out there, Flat Rock? Pardon?
They're in.
All right, people against Lawrence Michael Forbes Jr., 26F 703-705. Officer, your name?
Yes, sir. Detective Chad Jakota, Flat Rock Police Department.
Morning, Detective. Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you give in these proceedings be the whole truth, so help you God. This is on Forbes.
I do.
Okay, you can go ahead and proceed.
Okay. On September
Can you
25th.
get a little closer to that device or turn your volume up, please, one or the other?
Yes, sir. On September 25th, 2025, at approximately 12:10 a.m., Sergeant Beggs, operating Flat Rock Police Department Unit 17-6, a semi-marked patrol vehicle in full uniform, including patches on the shoulders and the back of his vest, and Officer Jakota, operating Flat Rock Police Department Unit 17-3, a fully marked patrol vehicle in full uniform, including patches on the shoulders and the back of the vest, heard via police radio that Woodhaven PD was in pursuit of a dark-colored motorcycle west on Van Horn Road at Peters. Woodhaven PD's pursuit was terminated, and they advised the motorcycle was last seen traveling south on Telegraph Road from Van Horn Road. Sergeant Beggs and Officer Jakota responded to the intersection of Gibraltar Road and Telegraph Road within minutes of the Woodhaven PD radio transmission of the termination of their pursuit. Sergeant Beggs and Officer Jakota observed a dark-colored motorcycle traveling southbound on Telegraph Road at a high rate of speed. Sergeant Beggs pulled behind the motorcycle and pasted speed at 50 miles an hour in a 35-mile-an-hour zone. Sergeant Beggs activated his patrol vehicle's emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop. The motorcycle disobeyed the red light southbound Telegraph Road at Will Carlton. Sergeant Beggs activated his patrol vehicle siren. Officer Jakota activated his patrol vehicle emergency lights and siren. The motorcycle continued southbound on Telegraph Road into Monroe County, not stopping. Sergeant Beggs advised dispatch that the motorcycle was not stopping. Officer McCardle joined the pursuit in Flat Rock Police Department Unit 17-1, a fully marked patrol vehicle with his emergency lights and siren activated. He was also in full uniform with police patches on his shoulder and the back of his vest. The motorcycle continued south on Telegraph Road. Sergeant Beggs was able to get close enough to get the vehicle license plate, Michigan plate number R as in Robert, K as in King, 094, and provided it to dispatch. Sergeant Beggs gave a description of the driver, a light-skinned possible male wearing a black jacket and khaki shorts. Sergeant Beggs advised the pursuit was passing I-275 at Telegraph Road at approximately 65 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. The pursuit continued through Newport Road at 70 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. And the motorcycle then ran the red light at Telegraph Road and Monroe Street, traveling 70 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. The pursuit continued throughout the residential sections of Monroe County for approximately 20 minutes, ending when the driver crashed in front of 10841 Swan Creek Road in Newport. Sergeant Beggs approached the driver. He could smell a strong odor of intoxicants coming from his breath as well as slurred speech. The driver said he had been drinking earlier in the day. He identified himself as Lawrence Michael Forbes Jr. Due to Mr. Forbes being involved in the traffic crash, standard field sobriety tests were not administered. He was transported back to the Flat Rock Police Department where Sergeant Beggs read him his chemical test rights verbatim from the DI 177 form. Mr. Forbes consented to a blood draw. He was transported to Corwell Health Trenton Hospital, where RN Emma Hines drew 2 vials of Forbes's blood at 1:52 a.m. and 1:53 a.m. The blood was sealed in an MSP blood evidence kit by Officer McCardle and transported back to the police station. Mr. Forbes was released to hospital staff with complaints of possible broken ribs from the traffic crash. On October 13th, 2025, Detective Lieutenant Rembez received blood results from the MSP crime lab indicating that Mr. Forbes had 0.170 grams of alcohol per 100 milliliters in his blood. On January 7th, 2026, Detective Rembez received a second result from the MSP crime lab indicating that Mr. Forbes had Delta 9 THC 4.9 nanograms per milliliter blood and Delta 9 carboxy THC 72 nanograms per milliliter blood. Mr. Forbes has 1 prior conviction of OWI from January 18th, 2024. He does not currently have any felony convictions on his record.
All right, so the area where they were driving, fleeing and eluding, that was 35 mile per hour or less speed zone, was that through the subdivisions of Monroe County, or was there another?
It was on Telegraph between Gibraltar Road and Will Carlton Road before he entered into Monroe County.
Yeah, but fleeing elude third requires that the he was fleeing and eluding in an area where the speed limit was 35 miles per hour or less. I'm just asking, was that through the subdivisions in Monroe County?
Oh, yes, sir.
And they're actually charging super drunk. What was the result of the blood draw again?
0.170 grams per 100 milliliters.
So, all right, they just entitled it operating while intoxicated / impaired. I'm gonna just add the word super drunk to count 2. So that there's authorized, I'm gonna authorize on the complaint, I'm gonna authorize the charges contained in the complaint and warrant, including fleeing elude third, super drunk second, OWI second, and reckless driving. I'm going to go ahead and sign the complaint and the warrant. I'll note that you signed the complaint. I'm dating that. Signing and dating my name on both of those, and we're all set up that one. So I'll go on to the second one. People against Vance, Jeffrey Scott Vance, 267-703-966. Your name?
Yes, sir. Detective Chad Dakota, Flat Rock Police Department.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury the testimony you give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, on August 10th, 2025, at approximately 12:45 a.m., Sergeant Beggs was on patrol and overheard a be on the lookout put out by Brownstown Police Dispatch regarding a blue F-150 traveling south on Telegraph Road, passing King Road, with the driver being possibly intoxicated. Sergeant Beggs located a blue F-150 traveling south on Telegraph, passing Matilda Street in the city of Flat Rock. Sergeant Beggs got behind the vehicle and observed the vehicle cross left of center multiple times. The vehicle was also observed swerving in its lane by Sergeant Beggs. Sergeant Beggs was operating Flat Rock Police Department Unit 17-6, a semi-marked patrol vehicle in full uniform with police patches on his shoulders and back. Sergeant Beggs activated his patrol vehicle emergency lights as the F-150 went halfway into the center lane and then back into the left lane of southbound Telegraph Road. As the F-150 continued traveling southbound, approaching Leonard Street, Sergeant Beggs activated the patrol vehicle siren. 150 southbound on Telegraph Road, approaching Law Street at approximately 40 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone. Sergeant Beggs advised dispatch the F-150 was not stopping as they continued southbound on Telegraph, approaching Moses Street. Officer Dakota entered the pursuit in Flat Rock Police Department Vehicle 17-1, a fully marked patrol vehicle in full uniform with police patches on his shoulder and back. The F-150 continued throughout the downtown neighborhood streets in the city of Flat Rock for approximately 10 minutes, eventually coming to a stop on East Huron River Drive at Seneca Street. Sergeant Beggs ordered the driver to put the vehicle in park several times before the driver complied. Sergeant Beggs ordered the driver to turn the vehicle off and throw the keys out the window, and the driver eventually complied with this. Sergeant Beggs then ordered the driver to exit the vehicle. The driver exited the vehicle was unsteady on his feet and had a hard time keeping his balance. Sergeant Beggs made contact with the driver, who was identified by his Michigan driver's license as Jeffrey Scott Vance. Sergeant Beggs could smell a strong odor of intoxicants coming from Vance's person and breath when he spoke. Sergeant Beggs observed Vance's eyes to be watery and bloodshot, and his speech was heavily slurred. Sergeant Beggs asked Vance if he was diabetic or any other known medical conditions, to which Vance stated he was not. Sergeant Beggs asked Vance to take standard field sobriety tests, to which Vance agreed. Sergeant Beggs explained the HGN evaluation to Vance. Vance stated he understood the evaluation. During the evaluation, Vance moved his head following the stimulus. Every time Sergeant Beggs moved the stimulus, a black ink pen. Sergeant Beggs explained several times to Vance to follow the stimulus with his eyes only. Vance would not follow these directions and moved his head every time Sergeant Beggs moved the stimulus. Sergeant Beggs explained the starting position to Vance for the walk and turn test and asked Vance to get in the starting position. Vance was unable to stay in the starting position and kept stumbling and almost fell over. Due to Vance being unsteady on his feet, Sergeant Beggs stopped any further evaluations for Vance's safety. Sergeant Beggs read Vance's PBT rights, to which Vance refused to take a PBT. Sergeant Beggs advised Vance he was under arrest for OWI, and he was transported to the Flat Rock Police Station, where Sergeant Beggs read his chemical test rights verbatim from the DI 177 form. Mr. Vance refused a chemical test. Sergeant Beggs completed a search warrant for blood. The warrant was reviewed by Wayne County Assistant Prosecutor Mary Creto. Sergeant Beggs emailed the search warrant to Judge Hessen of 33rd District Court, who authorized the search warrant. Vance was transported to Henry Ford Brownstown Hospital, where registered nurse Elisa Solers conducted the blood draw. The blood evidence was secured in the MSP blood kit and transported back to Flat Rock Police Department by Sergeant Beggs. On August 14th, 2025, the blood results were returned by the Michigan State Police Crime Lab at 0.267 grams of alcohol per 100 meters of blood. Mr. Vance has 2 prior OWI convictions, one on May 19th of 2000 in the city of Allen Park, and one on January 12th, 2009 in the city of Dearborn. He does not have any previous felony convictions on his record.
Based on your sworn testimony, I find the crimes of fleeing elude third, OWI third, and super drunk third together. We was suspended, correct?
Yes, sir. He was also suspended at that time.
Are you sure I didn't check anything? He was
Yes,
suspended at.
Yep, I have it right here. He was suspended by. Yep, his current status was suspended by the.
On your sworn testimony, I also find the crime of drive while suspended, revoked, denied was committed. There's probable cause to believe all those crimes were committed by the defendant. I'm going to authorize the issuance of the complaint and warrant. You signed it. I'm dating it, and I'm also signing and dating the warrant for the arrest of the defendant. Have a great day, Detective. Thank
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Alexander Vasquez, 26W842032. Mr. Vasquez.
Yes.
I want you to tell me your name and your name, sir.
Lieutenant David Overwood was at Barclays.
Alexander Vasquez.
So the person complained of pain, right?
Correct.
EMS came on the scene.
Yes, and there was a sign off, no transport.
So do you know whether the extent to which the victim was complaining of pain and injury?
I had the detectives check the accident report and just said a possible injury.
Look, I'll go ahead. Listen, I can't do impeding because of that, but I'll be glad to do 1 to 5 over. That'll save him a point. Why don't you change that for me, if you would? John, can you hand that to Lieutenant Toller, please?
And that would not be on the limit access, correct?
No, we can't do that. I can't do that. So I'll do that for you. It's 1 point, but you got to be careful. Okay, write it up right there. You can just change it right there, and then You can take the basic driver improvement course. I'd suggest you do that. That can get this off your record, okay? You've never had any priors, right? So you can take the basic driver improvement course. It costs you $60 if you want, and that'll keep that off your record. At least to others other than police officers. So, to the charge 1 to 5 over, do you want to plead to that?
Yes, sir.
That's 1 point instead of 2. To that charge, responsible or not responsible? Please accept it. 195, original charge dismissed. You can go down the hall and take care of that. Be careful, please, okay? Recalling Malat, Bradley Jacob Malat, 25W838-481. I'm really skeptical about this one. Your name again?
Right, Milo.
Name?
Elizabeth Westford
What
Sharon.
did you find out?
So I spoke with Kristen directly. She's the owner operator as well. She conducts that particular class. She indicated to me that there are actually 2 options. It is Monday, as I indicated. Those times are 2 to 3 p.m. and the 6 to 7 p.m. The next one starts May 7th. She said to work with Mr. Malott, she'd be happy to not have him pay the penalty fee or redo that particular session because he did start the intake on March 10th.
So
Follow-ups-
what days would he be going? Monday and Tuesday? 6 to 7?
It's only Mondays, and he can go 6 to 7 if he would like.
Can you do that? Why didn't you do it before?
6 to 7.
You are not taking very good care of this. You know that? This is a retail fraud. You don't want this on your record. I'm not gonna beg you to do everything here. I'm really not. I don't understand it. I gave you a second chance. You come back with 4 violations and you got 6 now and grow up. You graduated, right?
Yes, sir.
How many other siblings do you have?
One older brother.
Where's he live?
With you?
Does he help with your parents?
A courtroom hearing suddenly turned intense when a young defendant appeared for sentencing on multiple probation violations after previously receiving a major second chance from the court. Months earlier, his reckless driving case had been reduced and kept off his criminal record under special probation conditions. But prosecutors explained that he failed to attend probation meetings, skipped required treatment programs, ignored community service requirements, failed to attend AA meetings, and still had not paid court fines. The court carefully reviewed every violation one by one, while the defendant quietly admitted he had fallen behind on nearly everything he had been ordered to complete. As the hearing continued, the court became visibly frustrated after realizing the defendant had spent months making excuses instead of taking probation seriously. The defendant claimed he lost paperwork proving his AA attendance, struggled with transportation, and had been unemployed for several months after being laid off. But the court pushed back hard, reminding him that probation orders are not optional and that he had already been given a rare opportunity to avoid a permanent conviction. The courtroom grew silent when the court bluntly told him to say you got lucky is an understatement, while explaining that many people in similar cases would have already lost their freedom. The most emotional moment came near the end of the hearing, when the court stopped focusing only on punishment and instead delivered a harsh life lecture about responsibility, maturity, and wasting opportunities. The defendant was told he needed to grow up immediately, earn his GED, maintain employment, complete treatment, and stop delaying every responsibility in his life. The court explained that constantly putting things off would only continue destroying his future. In the end, after losing patience with the repeated excuses and lack of compliance, the court sentenced him to 6 days in jail, while warning him that future violations would be taken even more seriously.